Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about creating charts and graphs in Microsoft Excel. So we're going to go ahead and start by going to muskegoncc.edu, our website. We're going to go ahead and log in to the Learning Management System, MyMCC. And while we're here, we're going to go ahead and log into our campus email. And then we're going to go to our apps launcher here. It's a little 3x3 dial box. We're going to choose Excel. Excel is a spreadsheet program. It basically calculates numerical information via formula, but it can also be used to create visualizations of numerical information. First thing you'll notice is that there is an interesting orientation here. You're going to see some letters denoting a more or less horizontal variable, and or the potential for a horizontal variable, and you'll also notice some vertical here, which will allow you also to put a vertical variable there as well. We're going to go ahead and start by doing some very basic charts and graphs just to kind of show you. What I'm going to do though, and you'll notice that I do this later, is I'm going to skip A1, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But I'm going to go to A2. It's like a coordinate system. If you ever played like Battleship, C4, you sunk my battleship, right? So I'm going to go to A2, and I'm going to put in a variable. In this case, just an item title. I'll do item A, item B, and then item C. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is put some numbers in there. I'm going to use some numbers that create a sum up to 10 or 100. The number's divisible by 10. The reason why is I'm going to create a pie chart. So I'm going to go ahead and put my numbers in, make sure I have my variable, and I'm going to capture or highlight all this textual and numerical information. I'm going to go to Insert. You may see a button over here under Insert that says Recommended Charts. You can use that, and it'll show you, here's some recommended charts. There's a little cluster chart, and there. And if you find the chart you want, you click Insert Chart, and it'll show the chart. And there you go. An easy little tool that's great is you can actually double-click here. It'll open a chart box, and you can rename this. So I might call this My Pie Chart, or whatever else. I guess by spelled chart. There we go. And then I'll click that. I can also position it in different places. I can also change the font. Maybe I want something that's a little more dramatic, so like Arial Black. I want it to like back off on the size of the title here, and there you go. If I want to get rid of it, I simply click it, I hit delete. All right. Let's try something a little more challenging. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all my information here. Let's say we're running a business and we wanted to do projections for future inventory, maybe like a pet shop. So we're going to put dogs, and we'll put cats, and we'll put snakes. They're pretty popular. Then we're going to go ahead and put in some years. So right now, let's say we're 2026, and then we're going to go to 27, then we're going to go to 28, right? So how many dogs? So we sold this year maybe 8 dogs, maybe 6 cats. And snakes weren't that popular this year, so we did 3 snakes, right? But we're projecting more dogs will sell more cats and snakes, so maybe we go 14. Cats don't do as well as the dogs, so maybe we go 12, and then snakes are doing pretty decently, so we'll go 5. And then we just predict a big explosion of cats, so maybe we go 15, maybe we go 19, and snakes, they're holding on pretty well, so we'll put 6 there. Once we're done, what we're going to do is take this tabled information and we're going to highlight it with our clicker, click the Insert tab. We can go to Recommended Charts right here, or we can even click here and select a chart that we like. Just for fun, we go to Recommended, see what the computer says. Computer's saying this is a really good one, using this column chart or this bar chart. Again, a couple others is a pancake chart. Scatter plot, it's pretty good. There's some others that show all 11. So we can do, yeah, a little line chart, a little comparison, and different kind of variations and stuff. So I also choose one that's probably best to represent the information, which will be this one here. And I'm just double clicking it. You can also click insert. And again, I'm going to change that title. I'm going to just call it, let's say, Pet Shop Inventory, right? I'll keep the position above. We'll make that title a little more dramatic, but not as pronounced, so we'll make it a little smaller. And then we can change some things. So I can change the colors. So for example, maybe I have a printer that's just black and white. So for the series of dogs, I can go under there and maybe do like a dark color. I can go under the cats, and I can under series under cats. I can change that to like a lighter color, so maybe go like a little darker gray. Actually, that's not very pronounced. Let's try a little darker. And then for the last one, which is the snakes, we're going to take that down and play with the colors, so we can change that color to like a probably more like a silvery kind of metallic color. We'll try like a lighter one like that, okay? And I'm just going to close that, and there you go. You can take a look. You'll sometimes see like some extra little tags being thrown in there, sometimes to represent some of the information from the legend or from the chart. You can just delete. Oh, sorry. Let me pull that back. Oh, I deleted it. Okay. Just hit the delete button twice. So what do you do with this? Well, first of all, you can pick it up and move it in space. For our assignment, I like to see the chart right underneath the table, so that's a good place to put it. If you want to export this, you can go to File, Export as a PDF. You can also do it as tabled information. You can also print that. You can also take a screenshot if you like. There's the snipper tool, or if you're using Apple, you can use Command-Shift-3 or Command-Shift-4. Hold those three keys down at the same time. It'll take a little snapshot. But one of the cool things about this is you can actually grab the chart, and aside from deleting it by hitting the delete button, you can actually right-click and hit copy. And what's really neat is you can actually go straight into a Word doc. So I'm just going to create a Word doc real quick, and you can just drop that thing right in there. You go paste, and there it is in its nice little monochromatic glory. Looks great, doesn't it? Now, one thing you're going to notice is some of the image coloring is kind of lower quality. One of the things I like to do, rather than using this direct copy and paste, is I like taking the screenshots. They tend to have a little bit higher quality, image quality. That's just a side note in terms of professionalism. So if you want this to be kind of a little less blurry, it's good to take a high-res screenshot and just make sure that the settings are set for that. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, there is a different version of this if you're looking for it. Google also has an alternative that they use. It's called Google Slides. This will actually do the exact... Oh, sorry, not Google Slides. I'm sorry. What is it called? I'll just type in Google Spreadsheets. Oh, it's just Google Spreadsheets now. Okay. There you go. Oh, Sheets. Okay, Google Sheets. I always change stuff. I love Google, but yeah. You can click blank spreadsheet, and you can do the exact same thing that we just did. So if you want to do dogs, cats, and snakes, and then you can put in the information here. What's really interesting, though, is that they do things just a little bit backwards. And I haven't figured out why. It's just a thing. So we would actually do these in a different setup. So, I'm sorry, we'll put cats, and we'll put snakes. So let me just show you what I mean. So we had the 2027, 2028, and 2029 here. And then we had our numbers, so let me just throw in a few numbers here. Sorry, just putting in some numbers just to show you. And again, hold down my clicker, select all those. I'm going to go to insert. So first I'm going to close this. Insert, and then I'm going to go to where it says chart, and boom, there it is. And you'll see it actually comes out, but the variables have to be put in a different way in order for it to work. I don't know why they did that, but yeah. Anyway, charts and graphs, and have a wonderful day. See y'all later.